Hey there, Pisces. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to the week starting May 10th, 2021. And just a quick heads up for everybody. Remember, I am front loading all of my announcements now. So if you skip around, you're going to miss things that I'm not going to answer in the comments. But thank you to everybody who does listen to the announcements. So what is going on when it comes to your cards? Well, for your spiritual theme this week, you do have the Knight of Cups upright. And it's going to actually be a beautiful week when it comes to getting things back into alignment with what they are supposed to be, what their core intention, what their core purpose is. Because the Knight of Cups is a very vulnerable energy, but it's also a very deep, intimate, and honest energy as well. When we think about projects, relationships, adventures, and pursuits that may have lost their way or lost their heart, kind of lost their soul, and sometimes that can happen, right? Especially when we think about things that ultimately have maybe been taken off course by other influences or things that have become almost more of a drudge, more of a duty. This is a week where we're going to actually see what is causing that loss and also finding the solutions on how to replenish the soul of those things that ultimately are a part of our own journey, our own pure and true organic path. Also, this involves relationships becoming a lot more deep, a lot more intimate, a lot more involved, because a lot of the pretense, a lot of the presentation, a lot of the fakeness, a lot of the shapeshifter, type of experience is going away as well. You're going to be finding that everyone who's not capable of being a pure, authentic self is actually getting out of your life. And everyone who already knows who they are and is capable of bringing that quality of expression, of communication, of closeness and productivity into your life is getting closer. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work and your job and your finances, you have the Ten of Cups upright, and we are wrapping up what seems to be a very long or very involved journey with either a financial or professional process, maybe even something going on with a household matter, a family matter as it relates to practical affairs. But with the Ten of Cups, we are getting the final touches put in, and we are actually sealing the deal. This could actually spell a beautiful transition for a lot of you, especially if you are trying to wrap up a process or a procedure that is securing you a higher position in your field or in your company. Maybe some of you are looking to make some kind of move or secure a new huge chunk of wealth or abundance, or maybe even make some kind of transition that's ultimately changing the entire home field, the entire playing field where you conduct your life to be something that is not only more comfortable, but also something maybe even a bit more enhancing to everything else that you're trying to do with your work life, with your own productivity, how you are carrying on your creature comforts in that way. The Ten of Cups is indicating a happily ever after, so we are closing up a big story of your life as well, especially when it comes to how you've been going with your career, your field, or again, your quality of life at home. As we get on to your community, friends, relatives, maybe other people in your life, we do have the King of Cups reversed. And while we have so much positivity going on for you, well, that might not be the case with somebody that you have been in regular contact with. I'm actually seeing with the King of Cups reversed, there could be some controversy or some problems arriving with somebody who has basically allowed their unmanaged, unhoned, undisciplined, or maybe even just untreated issues, whether they are emotional, personal, family, it doesn't matter. They've just kind of let it run wild as opposed to actually, working on themselves. And with the King of Cups reversed, there may be an awkward conversation about about getting this individual squared away so that they don't actually do harm to something very important to you. The King of Cups reversed is one of those cards that can be its own worst enemy, one that is completely lacking in self-awareness and has no interest in cultivating a true sense of self. You may be finding that their insecurities or their own emotional attachments, clinginess, and just again unresolved issues are creating potential collateral damage situations for you, or maybe an important venture that you have, or a social circle or a social involvement that you have. And so this might be a tough conversation to have, but it must be had. As we get on to your challenge this week, you do have the Page of Pentacles reversed. And this week you have to pay attention to where You have got to know when to divest and pull out and pull your energies away from unstable situations and unstable people. This is not a time to be trying to play the martyr or the benefic sacrifice for other folks. The Page of Pentacles reverse is indicating anything that you think you're doing to be the martyr, to overcompensate, or to sacrifice isn't actually going to pay off in the long run anyway. So it's not only a waste of time, it's a waste of pain. And with the Page of Pentacles reverse, you may be finding that this week you're going to have to make some tough calls so that you can secure and even better a lot of these big wins that you are getting personally by retracting your energies, calling back your activities from things that ultimately depend on you but are wasting you. As we get on to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you do actually have the Six of Cups upright. And this week, a lot of you Pisces people are going to be getting a chance to reconnect with a chapter of your life that ultimately felt like, because it was on your true path, on the right path, on your higher self's priority, as it were. The through line I talk about in a lot of my incoming wave videos. With that Six of Cups, there is this opportunity to get back on track through a relationship or in a relationship that helps you to clear up a lot of negative history. For those of you who are currently coupled, you guys might be actually going back in time, in a sense, reviving or reinvesting in an old goal or an old trajectory that we had, something that actually did resonate with us, something that we believe in, something that we truly love, that we're truly passionate about. And you may be also finding that the two of you are able to not only bring this into the present, but you've actually made a lot of progress in that direction without even knowing it. For those of you currently single and available, this may actually take you back in time a little bit, whether this is you reconnecting with somebody from your past or reconnecting with somebody that has a very similar past, a very similar path, and a very similar story to you. There is a very nostalgic feel to this. I'm not sure if it's going to be all of you Pisces people with somebody familiar, and so again, your mileage may vary. It's a general reading, but it does look very, very sweet and very restorative. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.